Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to a weekly wisdom call. My name is Alexander Hamilton Dunlop, and we're going to be talking about the real meaning of this deck of 52, an ancient book of wisdom that was hidden in plain sight. 52 cards, 52 weeks in the year. Let's make sure my sound is working here. And we can see the patterns of our lives. This is the book of sacred geometry, and every week there's a card to play. So we can see the underlying patterns, the background patterns of the weekly energy. It's surprisingly accurate and has been very helpful for me to get like a weather report of what's going on in the background to help me consciously focus what's important in the week and how to interpret certain things that are happening each week. So it gives us a lens and a filter with which to see the events of our week, to see the people, the way they're interacting with us, to see what's important, to see how to present ourselves and prepare ourselves for what's happening in the week. I like to think of it's like, as I said, like the quantum weather report, and knowing whether you're going to need sunglasses and sunblock this week or whether you might need an umbrella and rain boots. What's the best way to prepare and look out for the energy in the week? Well, this week we're playing energy that's symbolized by this one, the Jack of Hearts. Last week was the Ten of Hearts. So last week you may have had more social engagements, more parties. Could have been moments where you felt bled dry or overextended emotionally. Having moments to be with yourself and have solitude would have been very important for you last week. This week we play the Prince of the Heart, the Jack of Hearts. And when this energy is present, notice that, well, first of all, he's the one-eyed Jack. It's an energy of romance, love, loving to love, being in love with romance, romantic aspirations and ideals. Oh, hark, fair Romeo, wherefore art thou? Right, this Harlequin romance novel type energy. You may find that there's just a lot more frisky romantic energy in the air. Maybe you're getting more attention romantically. There's more romantic energy in your existing relationships, which can be lovely and juicy and fun, that there's more romance afoot. So you want to leverage that. Enjoy that, this Prince of the Heart. Just be aware that it's a one-eyed energy, that you may only be seeing half the picture. And you may not even realize that you're only seeing half the picture until such time as someone else points out to you a whole other perspective of how to see things. And at first you might not like that, because it will challenge your assumptions about love and your own way of being in love. So you want to be aware that someone may challenge your perspective this week, or more than one person, or that your basic level assumptions about romance and love may get challenged. And again, that can be very unpleasant and unhappy to have someone, especially someone you may love, challenge what you assume as the way that love should be expressed or the way that love should be given. This is the card of the week, yes. This is often the case, let's say, in marriages or in relationships as we're starting to get to know each other. Two people just have very different ways of doing things. I remember one funny story I heard about a new couple that was going shopping in the supermarket, and they're all lovey-dovey, very happy to be together, and it was their first time going shopping together at a grocery store. And they get to the aisle where they go to pick out mayonnaise, and one of them's like, no, this is the mayonnaise, and the other one's like, no, this is the mayonnaise, and they're like, no, this is the mayonnaise, this is the best one. No, this is the mayonnaise, this is the best one. And they end up getting into a big fight about which is the best mayonnaise to have. And it comes out of their childhood experience and their love for the connection to this mayonnaise and how it makes them feel, and their memories of childhood and their mother and picnics in the park with sandwiches and all of these emotional connections they have with mayonnaise. And they had this big fight. I'm not even sure if this story is true, but someone told it to me once, and I like it. It's really representative of how silly and simple these one-eyed experiences can be. No this mayonnaise, no that mayonnaise. And there's this clash based on these emotional attachments of which one is the right mayonnaise, the best mayonnaise, the one that makes my heart happiest. So be on the lookout for those kinds of experiences this week, where you just assume that something is true and right and feels best, and your partner or someone else who you're close with has a very different perspective, and they'll clash. So the opportunity for us when this one is present, the Jack of Hearts, is to be a student of love, to be in a willingness and humility to learn and grow. And in this learning posture of opening our hearts to something we might not understand, which is, of course, the meaning of love, right? To open our hearts wider, to be willing to have compassion and forgiveness and acceptance, to look from someone else's perspective, to be willing to see, oh, this might be really important to this person. They obviously really care about this. Let me let down my pride and let down my guard. And let me look at why this person really values this mayonnaise, why this is so important to them. And in that way, as a true student of love, we find that there's actually more romance possible, more love possible. Jamila, this is the card of the week. So this is what I'm describing. I'm describing the energy of the week that we're moving through. If it's your Jupiter card, then this is a very significant week for you, because your Jupiter energy is your expansive energy of how you generate more income and more wealth. And I talk about it. This is my book. It might show up backwards on the screen, but this is my book, Play Your Cards Right, A Sacred Guide to Life on Earth. And in the book, you can read all 13 cards in your life path. So, for example, as we're talking about this, let's say the Jack of Hearts is the Saturn card of your life path. Then this will be a week of learning important life lessons. If, for instance, in Jamila's case, if the Jack of Hearts is your Jupiter card in your life path, then this week is a week of expansion and abundance. So the way that the card shows up for us is dependent on its position in our life path. Right? If the Jack of Hearts is your Pluto card, then this is going to be a week of facing fears and transformation. So the card has its own meaning, right? The Jack of Hearts has its own meaning, but then it also has the meaning of its placement in our life path. So if the Jack of Hearts is your Venus card in your life path, then this is a week of love for you. Venus energy, being in touch with your feminine energy and opening to love in your life. But for all of us, regardless of where it is in our life path, we're learning how to generate love this week, because that's the deeper meaning of the Jack of Hearts. How do we really and truly generate more love? And that's what I'm talking to you about opening both eyes. That's how we really and truly generate more love. You can imagine the story I told you of the young couple in the grocery aisle. if we take the absurd scenario and imagine that they never open their eye to see that the other person might have something valid to say or some real emotional experience, then they would break up. That would not be generating love, to be so fixed and so stubborn that they would not allow the possibility that their partner had something important to contribute or something valuable to share. The way to generate love is to open both eyes, to see the other perspective, to listen, to receive, right? And then that is actually a loving connection. You have something important to say, I have something important to say. Together, we generate more love. And that's the deeper symbolic meaning of this one-eyed Jack of Hearts. This isn't a masturbatory exercise. You don't generate all the love by yourself, for yourself, pleasuring yourself, to be crude for a moment. More love is generated. We make love, as the expression goes, in partnership, in a dynamic. And that's how we generate more love. And that, as I said, means letting down our pride and being humble. Realizing that other people have life lessons to share with us. Other people have valid perspectives. Other people have their own way of expressing love. And so there's this other idea of love languages. And maybe you've heard of this, that different people have different ways of showing love. And so that too is very important, to open the eye to see how someone else might be trying to show love. Not our way, not how we might show love, but that's their way of showing love. So opening our perspective to that allows us to be a true student of love, which allows us to really generate more love. All right, and if you feel into that, it makes perfect sense that if in our mind we think we have all the answers of love, then we put a limit on it, we put a cap on it, and we don't get to generate more love. It's only by realizing that we don't have all the answers of love that we make space, open our eye for more love to arise. And that's what I'm inviting you into, is opening more space for love to arise. And Jamila, I do have classes on the site. There is a tab for classes, and I have 2 classes listed there. And I do recommend those classes if you want to learn more. The first class is about the meaning of the 4 suits and how to utilize that in your life. And then the second class is about learning the system as a whole. So this is the card of the week, the Jack of Hearts. How to generate more love in your life. How to open your eyes to see love. Jamila, if you click on Learn More on the tab, on the little orange button that says Learn More, it'll bring you to a page where you can sign up. And then you can sign up to take the class. And it's the classes are sent automatically in an email, and then you watch them online. They're videos. So, open your eyes this week. Be ready to be challenged. Be ready to see something that you didn't expect to see. And be humbly willing to receive insights and inspiration and guidance from unexpected sources. And then you can generate more love, have some juicy romance, and have a lot of fun. Because this prince is really playful. A lot of humor, jokes, mischief, playfulness. Enjoying all that playfulness and youthfulness as you generate more love in your life. Not just romantically, but can also be just generating more love by giving love. You may enjoy this week giving love to family members, charities, doing things that open your heart to more love in your life. Enjoy, everyone. And as always, may you live your life like it's your favorite game to play.